Playing in their first big tournament since they last faced Zambia in a friendly match in November last year, the Namibian women were presented with another opportunity to test themselves and see how far they've come. According to coach Christel Kotze, the team knew that it was going to be a hard and physical match against Zimbabwe, as they're not only big in size but are an experienced side as well. Kotze believes that the Namibian players went into the match knowing where they stand and what to expect from them in terms of physicality and taking the game to their front lines as well. As much as they were pushed all the way by Zimbabwe, she says that the women strengthened aspects of their game that they wanted to focus on, and that it was all about winning the small battles and not the war. Going down by 72-0 was a big loss for Namibia, but according to Kotze, there were some battles that they won even though the scoreline might not reflect that. Having only been together for 2 weeks with the final squad, the coach expected Zimbabwe to be a lot stronger in scrums, but her players held that very well, and it could have been even better if they had more time together. The Namibians also held their own during the lineouts, but they lost a few of their own, and the coach wants the players to try and correct that against South Africa.
I think one of our major shortcomings was our defensive line and the fact that we didn't shoot up together. That was our plan from the start, is to put Zim on the back foot and to press up together to make sure that they've got some pressure on them and that they're under pressure when attacking, closing their space. And I think when we did do that, it executed perfectly. But I think it was generally overall in the game where they didn't do it consistently that cost us. And that's one of the things that we'll definitely focus on going into the next game against South Africa.
The Namibian coach wants the players to do better in the lineouts, and she believes that the small battles that they have won against Zimbabwe can go a long way in helping the team to put up a better performance against South Africa. But for that to happen, they will have to work on their defensive line, as it was one of the major shortcomings against Zimbabwe.
Namibia is very much in an infant stage yet still. We're still learning to crawl. We haven't stood up against the cupboards yet. We haven't started walking. Surely haven't started running nor flying. So these girls have a lot to learn, and with every passing game, it's just experience that we're getting on the back. So the game against South Africa is just going to be that for us, is to build and to know exactly how tough it is out there, because they're going to go play against the world, and so we have to be pinned up against them to make sure that African rugby stands up and grows as a whole. And Namibia wants to be a part of that, and these girls are hungry to be a part of that, and they're ready for the next game. They're excited for it. They know it's a massive task laying ahead of them, but they're not shying away from the fact that they're going to pitch up on that field and make it hard for South Africa. It's not just going to be a jog through for them. Looking forward to the game. I think we're still just going to look at the small things that we want to execute correctly. Our defensive lines, our one-on-one tackles, shooting up. Those are the things that we want to fix, because if we do get that under the knee, then we're stepping into the right direction.
Kotze encourages the players to go all out against South Africa and enjoy themselves, but not to lose sight on what the bigger picture is all about, becoming a better team that can compete going forward.